Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty, episode 19. This heart-wrenching review show of this past Sunday's events where our Steelers fell to the New England Patriots 17-14. And I am not happy about that one bit. I wasn't happy during the game. I wasn't happy after the game. I wasn't happy Monday morning. I'm still not happy. I honestly thought that the Steelers would beat the New England Patriots. I know I brought on Cable last week, who was one of my co-hosts of the Triple B Experience, who's a big New England Patriots fan. Hats off to him. They beat us, and I didn't think they were going to. Where do I start? Let's start with some stats, okay? The Steelers' stats: quarterback Mitch Trubisky was 21 out of 33 for a measly 168 yards, one touchdown. He threw a pick that I don't believe he knew where he was throwing. So he had he got a 2-point pass to Dante Johnson and a 2-point conversion. Where do I go with this? I got to get these other stats out. Running back Najee Harris in 15 attempts had 49 yards. He averaged 3.3 yards a carry. He had 5 receptions for 40 yards. And the sad part about it is, guys, I think if we would have got the ball back in the fourth quarter, he was coming on. That was my take on that. He's still not hitting the hole, and he has to. I think he's trying too much. I think if he gets the handoff and he goes and he just tries to get ahead for 3.5 yards, that gives us something. As long as you don't take a loss in the backfield, we can't be doing that because it's just misery loves company. In this game here, I am very, very miserable. The receiver, Dante Johnson, had 6 receptions for 57 yards, and he had a 2-point conversion. So, hey, Henry Jackson, yeah, you're exactly right. They need to open up their offense. Hey, Lou. Hey, Steve. Thanks for tuning in. They need to open up their offense. Pat Freiermuth had 4 receptions for 22 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, this is ridiculous. The sensational rookie George Pickens had 1 reception for 23 yards. That is absolutely terrible. Being a Steeler fan, and we all thought that George Pickens was going to be something. Hey, Jason, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty podcast show, where we're going to talk the review matchup of the New England Patriots against our Steelers, which I am not fucking happy about because Bill Belichick is 13-4 against our Steelers, and I don't like that one bit. And I thought, honestly, that we had it. I know we didn't have TJ Watt, and TJ Watt makes a huge difference. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong, but we need to have somebody come up, and somebody did come up one play. Mika Fitzpatrick had a 1 INT and 2 tackles, but I think if Fitzpatrick gets the INT, he's going to have to run it the whole way into the end zone to get us some points because we're averaging about 17, 18 points a game, and that is not good in today's NFL, Matt Canada. That's right, Matt Canada. I know you're not listening. Miles Jack led the team in tackles. He had, I think, 14 or 15, and they had 5 solo tackles. So, Miles Jack, thank you very much. But they were still Chris Boswell, 2 out of 2, a field goal to 52 yards. That might be our only offense for the year if Matt Canada doesn't get his shit in order and let Mitch Trubisky do something. But Mitch never threw the ball in the middle of the field. So we need to open up the offense. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to do something. I know. Now, I believe that Cam Sutton missed that interception. That was huge. That was crucial. When you get balls like that, you have to get the interception. And then we got the punt to Gunner, and I just said that before that punt even took off, The sun is in his eyes. It's sunny down there. And look what happened. It bounced off his fucking face mask and helmet. He muffed the punt. And then Connor had that unnecessary roughness, that penalty for 15 yards and put the Patriots on the 10-yard line. Hey, Craig. Hey, Bubba, it's early. Well, I understand that, Craig. I totally understand that. But I would like to beat the New England Patriots more than just 4 times in the last 20-some years. This is an opportunity. Mac Jones didn't even practice Friday. Didn't even practice, had back injury. They couldn't even get to him. The Patriots offensive line did a job on the Steelers defensive line. Cam Hayward was non-existent Sunday. So was Highsmith. And we cannot have that without TJ Watt, guys. That is, I don't know what they got to do. And the thing that pisses me off here, is Brian Flores, had many experiences when he was Miami's coach, when he beat the New England Patriots. Nothing even transpired. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did, but they did not do anything which we thought they would do. Now the Pats quarterback, Mac Jones, he threw for 252 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 INT. But the thing about Mac Jones is he managed the game. He threw that big, long touchdown before the half, and Nelson Aguilar, that was a hell of a catch. Witherspoon tried, but he was a little short. That happens, but that should have never, ever, ever happened if we would have had some pressure on the quarterback. There was no pressure on Mac Jones all day long, and that is going to be a problem with TJ Watt being out on the IR for 4 to 5 weeks. Somebody has to step up. I know Malik Reed actually did okay, but there was no pressure. I know they were changing. They had Cam up, on the end, and they had the rookie Lear. They had him up. Hey, that's fine, but we need some pressure from week 7 sacks, which that tells you something. Hey, Boothie, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. How you doing, Bob? What's happening? Barbecue Bob's in business. If you need barbecue stuff, go see Bob Rufner. Look, they were very, very, they knew what they were doing. They don't even have an offensive coordinator. Their defensive coordinator and Bill Belichick are calling the offensive plays, like Cable said last week. Like Nelson Aguilar, 6 receptions for 110 yards. Damian Harris had 15 attempts, 71 yards and a touchdown, and 2 receptions, and it was 16 yards. But they were running the ball. Eric Steele, that is correct, Steele. That is correct. At the end of the day, if the offense moves the ball, they win. That is so correct. And that is why Matt Canada is a fucking idiot. And I know I complain and bitch every year, or for the last 15 years or last 20 years, I bitch about the offensive coordinators. I know I talked to somebody at work today, and it was Fabian, matter of fact. And I said, Fabe, I said, I'll take back Bruce Arians right now, because I didn't like Bruce Arians at that time because he was getting Ben killed. But I would take him back right now. And the offense looks stale. Everybody knows what's coming, which nothing is coming. Mitch Trubisky on his press conference, I think he was going to throw it out there that, he said he can't even audible in the Matt Canada offense. I don't know, Booth. Why did we sign a receiver from Dallas? I have no idea. I believe that they should have signed St. Pierre. The Ravens were looking at him. We needed some stuff. We needed a guy that could actually, maybe sack the quarterback. That would have been good. Troy Pierce, 2 receptions, 2 games for Pickens. That's pathetic. Fire fucking Matt Canada, he says. Troy Pierce says, fire Matt fucking Canada. Look, I know this is just a podcast, and I know that, nobody knows, you know what I mean? That's just a little pot. I will take Bruce in a heartbeat. Okay, I will too now. I think I have to I'll eat crow. I think when I stated that stuff many, many years ago, I was under the influence. I don't know. I mean, he did coach, and he doesn't put up with shit. That's why he's not with Tampa Bay, because he wasn't putting up with shit from Tom Brady, and he rolled out. He took a retirement this time. And the thing is, though, they're not going to get rid of Matt Canada. That's not going to happen. They are not going to put in Kenny Pickett anytime soon. And I know the Steeler fans were chanting it at Ask Your Stadium. Brock Brewer, is Canada on a hot seat, or does Tomlin like him too much? I believe Mike Tomlin doesn't want to admit to failure. And the sad part about it is, Brock, is once again, Bill Belichick is 13-4. That's all I got to say, because this is no Tom Brady's team. They didn't have the special players that they had when they used to kick our ass. Like this was the year that I thought it was going to be something different. I took, and I know I take Pittsburgh all the time, but I honestly thought they were going to beat the New England Patriots. I didn't think, without no practice on Friday, that Mac Jones would come in and manage a game like he did, and we didn't have any pressure on the quarterback. And Jacoby Myers had 9 receptions for 95 yards. Patriots had 2 sacks and an interception, and like I said, they if we'd had an offense, no matter if Gunner messed that muff punt up, I think we would have been able to drive. That when we scored, we were going on a hurry up tempo offense, and that's what we need. So Matt Canada, everybody was bitching about Big Ben. I know it was hell with duct tape and crazy glue, but honestly, guys, Big Ben was calling the fucking plays last year, and Matt Canada didn't say a goddamn word. And right now, he will not let Mitch Trubisky call any audibles. Mitch got to look at the field. Hey, Big Glenn, what's up? Hey, Jeff, thanks for tuning in to Triple B. I agree with Steele. He checks away too. He's afraid to throw a pick, and he's afraid to lose the game. He's there to manage the game. He's not taking any chances. I think all the receivers, as of yesterday and today, I think they probably went in there and they probably kicked Canada down a flight of fucking steps. They're getting upset. It's getting to be the rumblings of Matt Canada's offense is spilling out into all the Steelers writers. It's spilling out into Pittsburgh Talk Radio. It's spilling out to every podcast known to mankind. And it's spilling out to all the fans right now. Like, we had the opportunity to beat New England, and once again, we did not beat New England. So we were 17-14. Bubba, what's your answer for this shit? I don't know. I don't know, Troy. I just want to see. I want to see us on the field longer. First off, the offense is off the field. The defense has been on the field way too long. So any type of splash defensive play we're not getting. They're still not covering the middle. They were tired Sunday. They were tired last week. God bless America that we went to Cincinnati and got that one. But this is the same thing that happened last year when we beat Buffalo. We beat Cincy. The home opener, we look like I don't know, stale bread. We're just very, very stale. Matt Canada is not the answer. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for tuning in. Boothie says, Pickens, Claypool, Johnson, Freiermuth, that's a hell of a receiving crew. Yes, I understand. We need to fucking use them. And our pass protection is getting better. That's a plus. That's a positive. But they need to make some holes for Najee to go through. But Najee cannot pity-patter around. He has to get through. So if Najee's averaging in a carry maybe 3.5, I'll take that on first down. I'll take that. But also, too, Mitch Trubisky floating these balls and not having any sense of urgency, and he's not accurate. I don't know. I thought Mitch would actually be, Jeff Gash, Canada couldn't call a pizza order in. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Big Lenny from Living. They have a podcast. Big Len has a podcast. Living Room Champs. Tune them in. They do a lot of football talk too. Mitch has no chance to hold his job since they drafted Kenny. I think it's aligned Canada quarterback issues in that order. Hey Rob, thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Go Seahawks, he said. Seahawks upset Denver, baby. Woo! Living Room Champs. Living Room Champs is the podcast. Len, thanks for tuning in. But I would just want to say, We cannot, the offense does suck right now. We cannot worry. I'm really pissed off. I'm really pissed off to have Amazon Prime for the Steelers Thursday night. I tell you right now, before we get to the Cleveland game, Rob says Mitch throws across his body all the time, not accurate, never plants, he sucks. Time for the kid. And I never thought that I would agree. I always agree with you, Rob, on a lot of stuff. And I'm ready for Kenny to come in too. I'm ready because losing to the New England Patriots is like my Christmas is just taken out of the stale. If we'd have won, that is like a huge moment in my life because I'll be honest with you guys, in Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty, I've been to 2 AFC Championship games where the Patriots beat us, and I couldn't take that. So anytime that we beat New England, it's something a little bit back. Not a lot until we get a championship over them. You know what I mean? We're 0-3, against them. It's just ridiculous. But I believe, guys, for the Amazon Prime, from what I read, it will also be televised on Channel 11 WPXI. If you don't have Amazon Prime, check out Channel 11 before game time to make sure, because I don't want to make anybody mad. So that is I'm going to go with my Triple B player of the game. And I got a couple of guys. My one and only guy I always pick all the time is Boswell. He's automatic. He's always going to be in the run-ins for the Triple B game player of the game. But I'm going to go, and I tell you what, our punter had some great punts. That first punt was 70-some yards, but he also had a 39. If Gunner wouldn't have muffed that fumble because he got a jet sweep, he got 14 yards. Mac Jones is not the player of the game, Steele. Not on my show, God damn it. I am not picking. Goddamn you, Steele. I am not picking a fucking player from another team on a Steeler podcast. I am not doing it. You smart ass. No, Mac Jones was not the player of my game. He beat us, but the Triple B player of the game is going to be, I'm going to go with Najee Harris, due to the fact he was coming on, and I believe if Trubisky would have hit him a little bit more, he could have got a couple more first downs. And like I said, he had 40-some. He was about 90. He had 90 yards of offense. And if we would have got the ball back, I think he would have ran it down the Patriots' throat. Hey, Mike, how you doing? So, I mean, that's my player of the game. I know every game cannot be Chris Boswell, even though we only average 15 to 17 points a game. And I don't know, when Matt Canada's offense, if we could get fucking 4 touchdowns, because if we're behind every game, we are seriously fucked. So I'm going to go right now. That was my, hey, Matt, thanks for tuning in. That was my review of the loss to the New England Patriots, our home opener, which really, really sucked. But now I'm going to review this Thursday's game. Rob says, I think Gunner was playing Belichick to muff the punt just so he could beat the Steelers this year. He was a double agent, if anybody saw Pittsburgh Dad. That's what Pittsburgh Dad said. I think the sun was in his eyes. It's very upsetting because I do like Gunner. I think he's going to be an added asset on the punt return, and he hopefully he never miss a punt the rest of the year. And Joshua says, how long till it's the Pickett show? Right now, but it's a short week. It's a short week. That's why, Pittsburgh's playing in Cleveland Thursday night at 8:15. So, and it's a short week. They're not putting Kenny in. And at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland at 8:15, like I said, on Amazon Prime and also on Channel 11 and WPXI in Pittsburgh. If you don't have Amazon, you guys might want to, or Canada gets held. I don't think Canada's ever going to get held accountable because Tomlin's not going to hold him accountable. I believe that they can fucking drop fucking Canada right now and get Sullivan their quarterback coach and be the offensive coordinator. And you know what? Maybe Tomlin's going to have to coach a little better. Maybe he wants to see some offensive plays. Maybe he could be the offensive coordinator. I don't know. This is just the last couple years has been totally ridiculous on our offense when we have all these skilled players. We have all these Porsches in the garage. It's a shame we don't have the line, and that's what we're going to get next year. We're going to get fucking linemen in the draft because we got some great skilled players, but right now you can't even tell. They're not even polished up because it's looking like hell because Canada's not doing anything. Not doing anything. Did you see the Hall of Fame nominees? Yes, I did. The Hall of Fame nominees for the Steelers, I believe, was Hines Ward. Hey, JC Dave, Extra Point Podcast. How you doing? Hines Ward, James Ferrier, Casey Hampton, James Harrison. There's two more I'm missing. If you guys know the two more, I usually have my stuff, but I had a couple concussions. And I don't think that any of them is going to be into the Hall of Fame as much as I like. Rob, who's the other two? I'm missing two. Casey Hampton, James Harrison, James Ferrier, Hines Ward. Shit, I can't remember. I can't remember everything, but I do not think maybe James Harrison might make it due to the fact that he had one of the greatest plays. Okay, thanks, Rob. Chad Brown and Gary Anderson. They don't put kickers in the Hall of Fame, people. And Chad Brown, I don't think had a great career for a Hall of Fame. I think if it's the only one, I love Hines Ward. I don't think Hines Ward's going to get in. But I think if they do let anybody in, it'll be James Harrison due to the fact that he had one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history. If they let him in like that. That's the 6. Now they'll definitely be on the Steeler Hall of Fame around Askew Heinz Field to me. Heinz Field Stadium. But okay, let's get to the big matchup this Thursday because I wanted to get this out because I don't think I'm going to have it out in time for Thursday's game because I'll be honest with you guys that are listening to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty, I fucking hate Thursday night games. Steele says, okay, Steele, maybe, but okay. Okay. He's probably got any about as close as any. I do like Gary Anderson, Ben. I like Gary Anderson. He was great, man, in the 80s. He was our only offense in the 80s, matter of fact. So, but that's both teams are 1-1. Yeah. So the lovely Browns lost 31-30 to the New York Jets. So we have a chance. But the Steelers swept the Cleveland Browns last year, and Ben's last game, they were running the ball all over Cleveland, and Cleveland quit running the ball. Whoa, hey, Bad Brook, how you doing? Rob says Mitch gets benched Thursday. You heard it here first. We shall see. I think they need some kind of spark. I think Kenny is the spark. I think Kenny would just captivate that offense. I know we got a bad offensive line. We got a piss poor offensive coordinator, but maybe Kenny can just show Mitch something, which I don't think Mitch don't have the tenacity or the kahunas or the balls, as mobile as he's supposed to be and whatever. He just doesn't see the whole field. He doesn't check. He doesn't look. He had a lot of guys open that could have opened up the whole game for us against the Patriots. Benjamin says, should Kenny Pickett be the starting quarterback? I'm going to say, because I'm unhappy that we lost to New England, it's based out of emotions. Not that I'm a very emotional guy. People tell you right now, I'm not very emotional at all. I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to say, yes. I think the pass blocking is good enough. I think Kenny can get some balls to some receivers, and he can open up that passing game. We have some great receivers. You know what I mean? Plus, go to no huddle, Canada. Jesus God almighty, you dumb bastard. We score when you go no huddle. I think Ben was just fucking last year was putting plays in the sand. You know, that was our offensive coordinator last year, guys. Even though people don't want to admit it, I'm telling you, he was the offensive coordinator. Call Ben up and have Ben fucking, from his house while he's eating ice cream or something. So, Browns are favored by 5. That's probably because, A, we got no TJ Watt. So, that's probably going to be the rest, until he comes back. Let's just say the Browns quarterback, Brissett, threw for total 376 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and had 57 yards rushes, 53-yard rushes. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt is the double snake that we need to stop this Thursday night. Nick Chubb has 228 yards on 39 carries, 3 touchdowns, 4 receptions for 28 yards. And his sidekick, Kareem Hunt, if he doesn't smack anybody, has 24 carries, 104 yards, 1 touchdown, 6 receptions, 40 yards, and another touchdown. The Pittsburgh Steelers, when I get to my 3 key matchups, I'm talking about these two. These two could not have a huge game in Cleveland. Okay. And now they have Cooper, Amari Cooper, 12 receptions, 118 yards, and a touchdown. They got him from the shitty Cowboys. So, and the offense of Cleveland is averaging about 28 points a game, which we are not, which we haven't scored 28 points all season so far in 2 games. So, and defensively, Myles Garrett has 3 sacks, and he's a piece of shit. I don't like Myles Garrett. Oh, once again, he is a piece of shit. So, and we're going to the injury report, the MASH 4077. As of right now, there is no Steeler injuries because they only had 1 practice. I know Miles Jack was hurt, but he's okay. The Steelers have no injuries except for TJ Watt, who's on IR. And the Browns. Now, these people are out. These players are out. Okay. Let me see. I got to get some comments on Facebook here. George Pickens was open 90% of the time. That's right, Benjamin, he was. Rob says Mitch is serving up interceptions in the balls in the INT balls in the middle with double and triple coverage. It's going to get out of hand. Ben was the reason, hey, they made the playoffs last year. I totally agree with you, Rob. And the line is better now than it was. It's still not great. I agree. And like I said, the pass protection is good. Benjamin says the Steelers are going to win the division. And Bad Brookus Brown says the Browns suck ass. I totally agree. So, no, these injuries that are out is Javon Clowney is out. Thank God. Defensive end Chase Whitledge is out. We got 2 defensive players out. And the tight end Jesse James, who actually, when he played for the Steelers against New England, that was a touchdown. He is out because he got signed by Cleveland. I can't blame him. He's got to, feed his kids. So he is out. And then Myles Garrett and Chris, offensive tackle Chris Hubbard, was questionable. So Brock says, I still can't believe Myles Garrett won the Walter Payton Man of the Year 1 year out from smacking Rudolph in the head with his helmet. Well, Brock, you know what happens? Everybody has a short attention span, and people forget stuff, and that's what happened. And that was terrible. And look, I'm not a big Mason Rudolph fan, but that was atrocious. And you can't take your helmets and smacking people in the head. It just total bullshit. But he came from Cleveland, and I think he did something in Cambria County. He come out to help somebody out. Miles did with a fan or something. But I don't know why you want to be a Cleveland fan in Western Pennsylvania. Boggles my mind. It just, there's no way. I don't know why people are any fans besides the Pittsburgh Steelers in Western Pennsylvania. Go Steelers, says Benjamin. That's right. Go Steelers. So let me get to my Triple B keys to victory. Now, as crazy as it sounds, we do not play good on Thursday night. And we cannot go 1-2 and losing to another AFC, and especially a division rival. We need to win these division rival games. Cleveland is a piece of shit. Cleveland's quarterback is just out with, he gets, he's out for 11 games because he had, the Chinese massage parlors or oiling him up. And that is the biggest blunder in Cleveland Browns history, paying him all that money. So, Jacoby Brissett, I hope you get sacked. We need some sacks. Come Thursday, we need to get, it's a division game, so it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a real barn burner, smash mouth division game Thursday night on Amazon Prime, but also on Channel 11, WPXI. But my first keys to victory, because I'm just doing a little bit different stuff. The Steelers' offensive line, by hook or crook or by the grace of God, put some blocks on their defensive line, open some holes, and protects Mitch. They actually outplay the Cleveland Browns defensive line. That is my first key right there. In the trenches, the Steelers, I don't know what they do. If they got to do 17 lines of coke, I don't care. They blow the defensive line of Cleveland away. Hey, Chris, thanks for tuning in. So my second take is the Steelers' defense stopping the two-headed snake running attack of Chubbs and Hunt. I know they probably won't stop the big run. Let them take 2 or 3. Benjamin says 28-24 Steelers win. Hey, Chris, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty review of last Patriots game, and now we're on the Cleveland game. They need to stop them. I don't know what they're going to have to do, but they need to stop them. They need to blitz. They need to get some turnovers. They need to get something to keep those guys from running. And also, my third key, Triple B key to victory, is I'm hoping and praying they open up the offense and fucking start whizzing the ball in the middle of the field and taking some time off the clock with some long drives to keep the defense on the sidelines so they don't get like 85 to 95 plays and keep running and run high tempo offense like they did to get that touchdown the other day and go 4 or 5. Go 4 or 5 wide. Open it up. Get Pickens the ball, Canada. Come on, Mitch. Get fucking Pickens the ball. Yeah, use the middle of the field. Yes. Check down. Look around. Make some plays, Mitch. Make some fucking plays. And Canada, don't be a fucking imbecile. Start opening your playbook besides chapter 1 and start doing something. This is ridiculous. This ain't Pitt no more, man. You're not an offensive coordinator for Pitt. You're an offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this Joe Walton bullshit is sucking right now, because right now we should be 2-0. Hey, Louie, thanks for tuning in. So those are my 3 takes. The O-line beating the shit, coming together, and beating Cleveland's line. I know there's some guys that are hurt on Cleveland. I don't care. This is a big divisional rivalry matchup. I hate Cleveland like everybody else. I hate the state of Ohio just like everybody else. The only thing that I like in Ohio is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton. Other than that, I pooey on fucking the whole state of Ohio. I hate Ohio State. I hate Ohio except for those 2 things. And Cleveland Browns, they got a big elf in the middle of the field now. Their mascot is an elf. I hope we just fucking kick their ass all over the field. We have to win the turnover battle. We don't want turnovers, Chris. We win that. You're right, Ben. Trubisky needs to spread it out. I'm hoping and praying, because it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a roller coaster ride doing these shows and watching the Steelers. But I predict that Pittsburgh will go into Cleveland and beat the Cleveland Browns 24-21. That's my prediction. That's my take. And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for all tuning in. I will have the ending results of the Cleveland Browns. I might do it this weekend. I don't know, but you never know. just hit like, subscribe to the Triple B Experience, and you'll see the stuff on YouTube. You know, we got Spotify if you want to listen to the audio while you're in your car where I'm ranting and raving about the Steelers. I appreciate it. Brock Brewer says 17-14 Steelers. Here we go. I like that. And I like that when you guys all tune in and you guys interacted. I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight when I did the review of the Patriots game and the preview of the Cleveland matchup. Bang, you got more bang for your buck tonight, people. But also, thanks once again. Hit like, subscribe. Go Steelers. Hit the Triple B Experience on YouTube and listen to me on Spotify when I do the shows with my boys, Cable and Mav, and we do stuff on Unscripted on the Triple B Experience. I love doing this. I'm just trying to get better, and I'm trying to do stuff that I love, and I do love the Steelers, but I hate when the Steelers lose, and I hate when the Steelers lose to the New England Patriots, and I hate when the Steelers lose because I have a shitty week. And right now I've had a shitty week, but we're going to get it all together Thursday. And Kareem Hunt goes out with injury. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Benjamin, 28-10 Pittsburgh win. All right. Okay, people, get ready to watch it on Amazon Prime. And if not, it's on Channel 11. So everybody, thank you. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. Go Steelers.